the universe really supporting you, or are you just lying to yourself? So, do you feel like you're in a motivated space, you're inspired, you're like, all right, I'm getting stuff done. I'm going to just trust the universe. I'm going to put the energy into that I will be supported. And then you're going in, you're doing the thing. And then all of a sudden, like you get false hopes, like you're putting energy into something. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that didn't happen. And then you're putting energy into something else. And then that doesn't happen. And it kind of falls apart. And then you're starting to doubt, am I really being supported or am I just lying to myself?
Welcome to our channel. I'm Rain, with over 20 years of experience as an NLP practitioner, light worker, and channeler through divine inspiration, here to help you connect with your true self.
And I'm Mel, an empath, light worker, and connector, passionate about guiding you to set boundaries and thrive.
Together, we bring you weekly tools and insights to support your empath journey.
If you're ready to deepen your connection with self, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Let's dive in. Rain, what are your thoughts on that? What is it? What's happening?
What's usually happening is that the ego gets really excited to try out something new. And it's not meaning that the universe isn't supporting or is supporting, but you are being supported. You are being supported in understanding that the state of excitement so interesting. That the state of excitement that you go through is an egoic state of being, right? It's trust, it's believing that this is how the universe responds. And there's a different way in which the universe actually responds, right? So we usually in our ego be like, oh, if the universe responds, if the universe loves me, then they'll get this done for me. And if the universe doesn't love me, then they're not going to get this done. So then we interpret it as I'm good or I'm bad. What am I doing wrong? Or what did I do right? I want to repeat it again. And the concept is that sometimes it's not anything of what one expects. And the learning lesson, which I don't like the learning lesson idea, but maybe the space to grow from is, okay, how can I have blind trust? That even if this person, like I was like, oh, this person showed up and they're doing the thing, and then all of a sudden they like fizzle and die out. How can I trust that there's something better out there? That this isn't the right way to do it? That I've already asked and it's being answered, and my ego's all excited about this thing, but maybe this thing is not heading me there. It's like learning the game of trust, and learning the game of trust is so terrifying and sometimes so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a way that we block ourselves without realizing it? Where it's like we are blocking stuff from coming in because of limiting beliefs, or we're lying to ourselves, or we're self-sabotaging? And if so, how can we see that and how can we clear it?
Well, we basically have, what's happening is you have an idea of how the divine speaks. There's a construct in our minds. There's a program of, when good things come, that means I'm good. When bad things come, that means I'm not good and there's something wrong with me. That in itself is a block. That in itself now has walls created according to how am I supposed to, how do I dictate divinity is supposed to react and act according to what I have decided this is the right way. If it's a very if-then thought pattern. It's a very, which is also, if you think about it, is the way we've been brought up. If you finish your homework, then you get the chocolate, right? So then this is the same expectation we have with divinity. And divinity is like, oh no, but I'll get it in a way that'll make you so much happier. I'll get it in a way where, it'll add some excitement and spice and all the emotions you desire in a way that'll actually excite you even more because it'll be completely unexpected. So basically the limiting belief, if we're going to find one about this, the limiting belief is basically when you are trying to dictate in which format I'm a good person and I'm connected to divinity, or divinity hates me, doesn't listen to me, and doesn't care about me. And therefore, there. So if we open all the doors and don't have any walls, just like declutter the good from the bad and just have it one big empty space of just the void, right? And just be like, surprise me, take care of it. Oh, this person ended up flaking out. Great. Okay. It's probably not the right person. Is it making sense?
Yes. Okay. And then, so do you feel like a lot of times when this happens, it really is that something is better going to happen and you just have to be a little patient and it's going to be a little bit later? Like the universe, it's like, okay, there's, and I don't know if it's just a test or if it's just something that happens or if it is a divine thing that's like blocking when you're thinking, oh, this person said that they're going to do this thing for me. They're going to support me. They're going to help me. They're going to come in. And then all of a sudden, and they're the ones that reach out like, oh, I can help you. I can do this for you. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's divinity helping me. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I was trusting. It's working. And then all of a sudden they pull away or they don't do the thing. It's like in that space, is it like it's just another practicing of like, letting go and surrendering to like, oh my gosh, something better is even going to happen. Like that's just what's going to happen. I'm going to get more money from it, or someone else is going to help me. It's going to be even better. And we just have to work hard to just fully trust that and just not let our mind go down the spiral of like, oh, yep, see, I'm not supported, because we can prove that in so many areas in the past. How do we not go down that spiral? Is it just don't let yourself go down there? Or do we allow ourselves to go and feel the sad betrayal? Like what pocket of energy are we honoring to free ourselves?
Oh, I love that. Oh my God. So there is the pocket of energy that we have to honor, is the sadness and the disappointment. It's more of a disappointment. It's like, it's like a crash, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm so disappointed. But then there's a part that's like, this must be for my highest good, because maybe something within me has shifted and there's someone else that's going to benefit me even more than what this person could. That I was open to receiving this person, right? And because I was open to receiving this person, I've opened up even more. So I know something better is coming in because I have such trust that I'm taken care of, even if it doesn't look like the way I want to. So for me, for example, I was like, oh, I want a community of friends here, right with me, right with me. And then boom, magically, I got a friend, and we started to talk and she introduced me to a community of people. And I was like, people, oh, divine creator is fabulous. And then this person all of a sudden now is leaving town. I'm going to live somewhere else. And you're like, that's horrible and mean. Like, why get me all excited? So yeah, I understand that energy. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it opened up something within me to ask for even more than just this kind of friendship, right? It opened up, it activated my imagination to desire more. This was just like, oh, I want someone, and I didn't have criterias other than kind, loving, blah, blah, blah. But now I have more criterias because my worth went up, right? And what the kind of community I want, or the kind of friend I want, is somebody who's more available, who responds, who goes out of their way, who's more spontaneous, who's ready. So I all of a sudden this list showed up. I was like, oh, this was never going to be enough for me. But I was saying that this was enough for me just because I needed the help so desperately, or I needed that right now. But it was never the full version of the truth of what I want, because I was still at the cusp of the beginning of it. But the fuller version was only uncovering. So maybe you got this friend to come and be like, hey, I'll support you here, for you to feel like I am supported by the universe. It doesn't have to be from that specific person, but it was just here, you're supported. I'm just sending this person in. They may not follow through with the whole thing, but it's just for you to know, I hear you, you know, but I wanted you to just be patient because there's something else coming, but for you to trust
Oh,
that you just asked and it's coming your way, you know?
wow. Yeah, that's a whole different perspective shift that can bring so much peace. I can see just from that, of like, it was just a stepping stone. It was always meant to just be a stepping stone to, like you said, open you up to the next stepping stone, which is somebody else or something. So it's like letting go of attachment too, of being attached to like, oh, because this person came in and they said the thing, it has to be the thing, and like lock into this. It's like, allowing space for it to like breathe or evolve and grow and expand without being so attached, right? To like what I had in my head was, oh, this person came in, they were going to do this, and then not freak out when it's like they're not doing the ABC, check, 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 check. Like trusting and surrendering, right?
Yes, trusting and surrendering, and I'm hearing like we understand that you would be disappointed as a human being because it's so easy to structure how this magic, because then now we take control of it. First, we don't even know how this person appeared. They just appeared. But now we want to control how it's going to look like and who they need to be to continue support instead of, I don't know how they're going to support. Like they say they're going to do the thing, they don't do the thing, but it's not even them supporting me. They're just one of the many tools that Source is using to support me right now. Maybe I needed to just see clearly that I am supported. And that was all their role, but then somebody else will come in. But honestly, I feel like one of the most important things what we are being taught here is to attach to nothing, right? To attach to nothing. I remember Wayne Dyer saying something like it, to attach to nothing, be nothing, and then be everything still. So it's like not attaching to the outcome, being grateful for just what happened, and then watching the story unfold, like how it goes from this person that came to help. Maybe they will, but it's not the time now because the people who are meant to actually maybe respond to that email may not still be on that email list or may not need that thing, so there's a specific time that, let's say, that email goes out or that person does the thing, right? In my case, that person is just leaving the country. I don't know when that person goes there, who will I connect to that will be of benefit to me here? I don't know. All I wanted was that friend here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that was just a portal to another kind of way of being where I can be like more open in new ways, right? Which has opened me up to be quite honest. I am taking singing classes and meeting different people. I am taking, I'm going and studying astrology and meeting different people. All of a sudden, I opened up to other, like, let me go have fun. And I don't have to attach to any of these people, but I want community feeling in topics that I enjoy, right? And have the same. So that's just one way that it has been shown. But the more we can fall into trust, I already asked and it's already given, like Abraham Hicks's book. Ask and it is given. Full stop. It's taken care of. Can I stop micromanaging, helicopter parenting, controlling?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a big one. I think that attachment to control, so many of us have because it just feels like a comfort. It's like this pretend comfort that's not really there, but we just keep wanting to be like attaching to it. That's wild. Okay, so for this example of, someone they're like, oh, this person says they're going to support them. And they're like, oh, good, I needed the help. I'm so grateful. And then they pull away. So then it's like the initial reaction is like, oh, well, now I'm going to have to go and do extra effort and work harder. I thought this was going to help me out. Now I got to go back to focus on this rather than these other things. Is it that, or it's like, okay, you do need to go in and figure out where to post, where to do, like if you're selling something or trying to, something like that? Or is it like, no, just don't even worry about it. Just say to the universe, I just want it done. I'm not even going to think about it. You brought this support. You can bring somebody else in. I'm going to go focus on other stuff because I don't want to deal with this. Or do you need to do actual efforting and steps? Move it forward.
Well, it's always very important to notice the intuitive impulse. Because let's say with this person, because they came in and said, I will help you here, you had to figure out how to either design it or how to fix it or how to put everything in a perfect folder. Like you actually got everything done so that they can help you. So now you have everything ready. Maybe that was the initial thing. That's what they needed. How can you organize yourself and how can you get it all down to the T so that you get it organized and it's easier, right? But then you have it there. So at any point, an inspiration comes through. Like it happens all the time where you're just sitting and you're doing something else. And then you're like, Facebook, I have to post it to this friend. But you have it all. You don't have to create. It's so easy now. You have it all ready and you're just going to do the thing. you know, or you bump into someone else and they're like, oh my God, I want to start a business with this thing. And you're like, oh, I have everything ready for it. An email away. Like it's more of like, instead of adding it as a to-do list, it's more of like the surrendering of whatever next step you have for me, inspire me towards it while I focus on the other things I need to get done. Because it is off your list. You're just going to get an inspirational hit.
Okay. I like that. So what do you do when you all of a sudden, you have all this emotional stuff, mental stuff going on, you're trying to figure out whatever it may be, and then you start getting physical pain. You start getting like lower back pain. It feels achy and heavy, or you've got knee pain or something that's aggravated that and you didn't do anything, you didn't hurt it. So you're like, okay, it's got to be emotional somehow. What is it trying to tell us when we get that physical pain? And what do we do? Resolve it.
Well, the physical pain usually means it's, it usually means that there's, in some way, there's a denial. You're denying something that intuitively you know. And it's been denied so much, or you've been gaslighting yourself about it, or trying to talk yourself into it, where the body now is screaming out, where it's gotten to the physical. Not physical enough where it's become a thing where you have to go to the hospital, but physical, like just think of it as somebody knocking the door from your inner world to get it into the 3D world so that you can see that, wait a minute, what am I not listening to? Right? What is it that I'm frustrated about? I'm angry about, I'm holding in, I'm believing that it isn't true about myself or about the situation. So let's say your lower back is, of course, you're carrying the responsibility, right, of everyone and everything. And it's always very important to go to Louise Hay's, specifically to her, because she founded all this. She wrote the first book, the body parts, emotional connection with the body codes, and find out, like from Louise Hay, just write lower back, and then whatever comes up for you, look at it and just feel like, how true is this? And a lot of times she asks questions. So maybe we can actually do this now. So let's type in Louise Hay, lower back meaning. Okay. Okay. According to Louise Hay, lower back pain often indicates emotional issues like a lack of support.
Mm.
Okay. Fear of money and financial support, and unresolved issues related to sex, money, or personal relationships. When you read this, maybe it isn't the sex, maybe it isn't the money, maybe it is a personal relationship, maybe it is the sex and it isn't the money. Like you just sit with yourself and you're like, okay, this is what my lower back is trying to tell me. What from what I've read, because you still have, you're the authority, right? You can't be like, oh, all of it is true, but I don't resonate. You read it through, you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not having any support. Is this true? Yes. Thank you, body. Thank you, lower back. Oh my God. As much as I kept saying I don't have support, I kept like pushing myself and saying, no, 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 I do have support. I'm going to find support. But the truth is that's not how you're feeling, and that's not the experience. Then you can look deeper. Oh, is it a relationship support? Really supported by this relationship? Actually, I'm not at all. What can I do to support myself? And then you start to change the language, because now all your body wants is to knock on the door. You take a look at it and be like, this is what it means. Okay, what do I need to do now? I don't want my back to hurt. I don't want my body to feel unsupported. How can I support myself? How can I shift the dialogue? How can I get excited about the thing that I'm assuming somebody can help me in? And how can I see the truth that maybe they've never helped me in that direction? Maybe I lived in a utopic world that suggested that I was fully supported, but my back's telling me you're not supported at all. Look at reality so that you can work with reality instead of working with that illusion that's causing the back pain. Is it making sense?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So the best thing to do when you're noticing that physical pain, it's obviously a sign that there's something going on in you that needs to be addressed. And the big thing is to acknowledge it and validate the truth of it, of it's like that. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I don't feel supported. I do feel like I'm carrying this all alone. And it's just honoring that and like speaking it and feeling it like, oh, and then giving it love of like, yeah, you don't feel supported. And then do you let it know like I'm here to support you? Or what do you do to like release it to make peace with it so it goes away?
Okay, so you do sit with it, you give it the emotional tenderness it needs, you thank it so much for being so expressive. You're like, wow, thank you, lower back. I really get it now. And you bring to light the truth. You have to see, get a paper and pen, speak out loud to yourself, ask yourself all the questions. Am I really supported? Am I living an illusion of support? How am I really supported? Do I think these people actually support me? Or are they not supporting me? But I'm hoping that they do. Just very clear. The clearer you get, the less the pain is. Okay. Because now you're bringing conscious awareness so the body doesn't have to keep banging on the door from the inside. Please open for me. Can't you see? You're like, no, I see it now. And then the simplest form, the simplest thing ever is you ask divinity, divine creator of all. Okay. Figure out, get me support, right? Let me feel supported internally, allow this universe to right now support me in all ways possible. I'm open to receiving it in all forms, right? And I'm ready to let go of the ways in which I assume support has to look like. Right? If it's financial support, be like, give me peace and let me trust completely that I'm financially taken care of, So you're asking for the thing you want, but not in the way you want it to look like. So I want to feel at peace. I want to feel internally that I'm supported. Give it to me in any way. I want to feel at peace with money, that I do have an abundance. Show me trust. Filter me with trust and belief. You don't know how it's going to show up. It could show up all of a sudden somebody pays you back something they hadn't for 10 years. You might get something in the mail. It may not even be financial actual money, but you get a free ticket to somewhere, or you get the desk you always wanted, or even internally you're so at peace with it, you're like, oh my god, I'm always taken care of. Like I've never really had to work so hard. Like things start to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you feel like, can we really truly create with ease and flow? Or is that just a fantasy? Can that really happen?
What do you mean?
Just when we're creating something, can we create stuff effortlessly without grinding, without pushing, without putting so much time and effort and energy? Can things be smooth? Can we work less and gain more and create more?
Yes. 3000% yes, because efforting is really very much the egoic, the motivation. Efforting is motivation, meaning I have to talk myself into something. And try to remember times in your life where you actually talked yourself into relationships, talked yourself into a project, talked yourself into buying that couch, talked yourself into how often you talk yourself into things and how much energy it drains out of you and how unhappy you become with the outcome later. Unlike when inspiration shows up, okay, and that is effortless. So remember, like a week ago, not even a few days ago, I stayed up till 5 a.m., woke up the next morning full of energy, stayed up the whole rest day working on these landing pages, not from anything. There was no motivation, there was no incentive. We have a web designer who could do that. But I just woke up and it felt like the most joyous thing I will ever do in my life. And I had ideas and passion, and I'm like, oh, how exciting. It's like a different energy. It's an energy of like, oh my God, I'm going to do something new and it's exciting and I'm going to play with it and I'm going to create. And it just comes in like all of a sudden something else is using your body to do this thing. And sleep doesn't matter. Food doesn't matter. It just becomes this euphoric state. And you get more done in that one day than if you've motivated yourself for a month to get it done. So if I was in a state of motivation, it would be like, the title, the damn title will be, oh, ChatGPT, what title am I going to use? Like that. Unlike inspiration, it's like, all the information's coming. I can see pictures. I'm so excited. time is passing, happiness, joy. It's so weird and it's so different. And I feel that is what true work looks like. It feels like with you, like wanting to travel, right? Wanting to travel. If it's a motivational travel thing, it's different than, oh, I have all this to do, other than so inspired, like, I'm going to travel to somewhere magnificent. All of a sudden, inspiration starts to show up. Oh, I'd love to get rid of this and sell this and do this. And oh my God, look at all the money coming. So exciting. What will I do there? And what will I buy? Like, all of a sudden, everything will get sold in the span of a week rather than the stretching out and the worrying, because that is more like motivation. It's more the brain trying to relate things, control the aspect and the outcome in fear of. Inspiration, there's no fear and there's no deadline. Inspiration just feels like, I really want to do this and I don't even know why and why I'm on speed. Is it making sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So it really can be effortless and it really just is. And it sounds like it is when we're in alignment, right? When we're not in alignment, it feels like we're always pushing. And if we notice that, it probably means we need to slow down and reevaluate, like, is this really what I want to be doing? Or am I just, is there a fantasy in my head that I'm running towards that's not really a thing? Maybe I need to shift and right and be open to
Yeah, I mean,
possibilities.
look at it. Even I'll use, and all of you look at your examples in your life. So I used my example of a few days ago. I'm going to use Mel's example. Mel was like, we want to do a Costa Rica retreat next year in February. And within the span of a week, not even, she had aligned, like she had talked to all the retreats and figured out, and we had meetings, Zoom meetings here, there. We came up with, it was all done like this. There was no like, oh my God, what are we? There was none of that. It was all this a different energy. That's what it feels like when you're inspired. It's like everything just falls into place and you're just playing and it all works out. So you too think of the ways in which all the times in your life where somehow you had an idea and all of a sudden you were just doing it. Like weren't planning for it. You weren't trying to figure out anything. It was just happening. You were just a vessel of it happening.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are there any other things to really make sure everyone knows, like, and to see like how the universe is supporting them and to make sure they don't get in their way of, because I know our thoughts are super powerful, right? And there's the law of attraction and all of that. So it's like you have a thought come in. If you feed in spiral of like, oh yeah, see, people don't support me. See, because this happens a lot. I see people, oh, yep, I have to do everything alone. Yep, can't trust anyone. How do we not get into that rat race? Because I've heard this from so many people. I've been in it myself. How do we not go into that where we block ourselves from receiving what was just around the corner? It was the next person that was always going to be there, that universe was going to drop in. We don't, like, yeah.
This is a honing in of intuition. Okay. This is, I've got a million examples in my head. So one at a time, please. So this is a honing in of intuition. A lot of us don't know how to trust it, don't know how to understand it because it's so gentle, right? So to feel supported, how can we truly know we are supported? Because it's intuition that supports us. It's the guidance system within our body that's saying, go, sit, move very gently. But we can't really hear it because our ego is so loud and aggressive and like, it should be this way, right? So intuition, for example, is very gentle. The guidance is when something doesn't work out, it's just simply not meant to be in that format. For example, I'm going to use another example because I'm getting like 500 examples. For example, when me and Mel wanted to do this YouTube, we decided to take this course on how to do SEOs and I don't know what, and how to like get TubeBuddy and this to figure out the ranking and the right titles. And we spent money, but the whole time we were doing it, we were not excited about it, right? There was a dullness to it. And we would get like, our eyes would go googly and we'd just sit there and be like, oh, I don't get it. There's a frustration that comes when you're not in the flow and you're doing something that is not part of what you're supposed to do. There's a frustration So that's an example that like there's a kind of like um you're not getting the info, you're not able to understand it properly, you do all the things that this workshop is telling you to do, you're following every structure, and it still fails. And you think, oh my God, is divinity not taking care of me? I mean, why did divine creator send us this course to begin with? Why did we get the course, find the course, pay for the course, think everything's so easy, and then none of it works, right? None of it was thing. It's to be like from the very get-go, you know, and it's true, you know. I can speak about me. I kept receiving, it doesn't work through the SEO and stuff, right? Like I didn't want to. And I kept telling Mel, can we wait 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks? I'm being asked not to take this course, not to take this course. But the logic was like, well, nothing will happen if we don't, because we know nothing about YouTube. Like we need this course. It's just that whole honoring of that whisper inside that I also know Mel had that whisper, right? But our logic took over because we both are, all of you also are probably like us, where you couldn't trust here too much, so you had to do the logic because the logic was safer to be around. But these are the examples. This is the way in which it's like it's a training mechanism, constantly training. So you're like, yes, the course came. Of course, thank you, divinity. We found the perfect person. But it's not working. It's like, great. We gave you the thing, not for it to work, but for you to hear how when you're frustrated like that with, it's not meant for you. That's not how we want your YouTube to work. We want it from a different angle, right? Because me and Mel, from the very beginning, we wanted to prove that the energies of what we do on YouTube, that's what's reaching humans, not through the AI and the algorithms. That was the intention. And yet we still screwed from it and went to another thing. Right, Mel?
That's a great example. That's a really good one. I love
Yes.
that. Okay. Well, I love this. Just a reminder at the end, the universe really is supporting you, and to just keep trusting and putting your heart space where you want it to be and being in alignment and telling the universe what you want and trusting that the universe is there for you and wants you to have everything so you can be in the best version of yourself and live in joy and happiness and abundance, which is all there for you. It's your birthright. It's just there. Um, so thank you for listening to this episode. If you like it, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to this episode so you're up to date on all the new ones. We have new and exciting things coming. We have a speed friending event that we have coming up. So make sure that you will have that probably pinned in the comments. Also in the description, we'll have a link to it. So make sure you register for that. The spots are limited. So make sure you get your spot. It's free, and it's a way for you to connect with other women, kind-hearted women, and to find that soul sister, that soul family, and be able to be real and authentic and practice speaking your truth and meeting other friends online. And then if you fall in love with them, we are planning retreats as well. So in the future, so you can hang with us, hang with other cool women, and just get out in person, which I know so many of us are craving that. So if any of this excites you, you can send us an email, register for that, stay in touch with us. We have lots of fun things that we're doing. We do have a gift that we are offering that we have also in the description, so you can get that to connect with yourself. It's something you can do from home. So go ahead and click on that. And then we love your comments. So please comment. What was your key takeaway from this episode, or anything else that you want to share with us? We always, Rain is so good about responding to every person's comment. And then we get to connect with you. And then if you have episode titles that you want to hear as well, something you're really excited about, you want more channeled information for, put that in the comments or send us an email. And then we can, possibly do a topic on that, which would be really cool, a whole episode for you. So we've got lots of fun things. Oh, and we've got memberships. We just opened up memberships on our YouTube channel. So that way you can connect with us deeper. And that's where you can actually for sure get episodes created for you on some of our memberships there. So anyways, we just thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next episode.